Qatar. The name shimmers with images of glass towers and golden dunes. Before arriving, I pictured a land where tradition and modernity dance beneath the desert sun. This is a Muslim country, and you feel its gentle rhythm, respect, family, quiet dignity everywhere. The scent of oud and cardamom coffee welcomes you at every turn. I came not for luxury, but for discovery, to find the true heart of this extraordinary place. My journey began the moment I stepped into the warm evening air, greeted by smiles and small gestures of hospitality. As a solo traveler, any apprehension melted away, replaced by excitement for the unknown. My mission to experience Qatar not as a tourist, but as a guest among its people. I wanted to peel back the layers, listen to stories, and share in daily life. The grand towers could wait. My adventure would start in the markets and quiet corners where Qatar's soul resides. I was ready to be surprised, challenged, and enchanted by this glimmering land. And so, my journey began. Here's the twist. I set myself a strict budget, $600 for an entire month in one of the world's richest countries. Friends called it impossible, but I saw it as a chance to connect more deeply. This wasn't about survival, but about living differently, creatively. My limited funds pushed me off the tourist trail and into the real heart of Qatar. I learned to ask questions, listen, and trust in the kindness of strangers. Every rial counted, making each meal and conversation more meaningful. The city became a tapestry of affordable joys, the scent of baking bread, vibrant souks, laughter in parks. My goal wasn't just to live cheaply, but to live richly in experience. I wanted to prove you don't need a fortune to discover a nation's soul. With curiosity as my guide, I set out to find memories, friendships, and understanding that money can't buy. The real story of Qatar, I was learning, was about its richness, not its riches. My $600 adventure had begun. 13. My first challenge, finding a place to live. Forget luxury apartments. I found a simple room in a shared villa, a window overlooking a sandy street. It was humble, affordable, and offered a glimpse into everyday life. With my home sorted, I turned to public transport. Buses and the sleek metro became my chariots. For a few rials, I crossed the city, sharing rides with workers, families, and students, a true cross-section of Qatar. My days were spent wandering souks, especially Souk Waqif, a maze of scents, colors, and stories. I learned to haggle, bought fresh bread and dates for dinner, and soaked in the atmosphere. My room, the bus, and the souk became the pillars of my budget life. They taught me patience, resourcefulness, and the joy of simple things. Living this way, I felt less like a tourist and more like a part of the city's fabric. I wasn't just observing Qatar, I was living it. My small budget led to a far richer experience than I'd imagined. 30. As a woman traveling alone, I respected local customs, modest dress, open mind. This respect was met with warmth, especially from Qatari women. My real education began over sweet tea, not in museums. In a perfume shop, I met Fatima, who invited me into her world. We talked scents, dreams, and family, and soon I was welcomed into her home. Surrounded by her mother, sisters, and cousins, I shared laughter, stories, and a magnificent meal. These women were strong, independent, and deeply devoted to faith and family. I met more friends in parks, libraries, and cafes, connections sparked by a smile or a compliment. The abaya, I learned, is often a symbol of pride and identity, not oppression. These friendships became my most precious souvenirs. They showed me that true understanding comes from sharing stories, not headlines. In Qatar, friendship knows no borders. 13. Qatar is a land of stunning contrasts, desert and skyscraper, tradition and innovation. One day, I'd marvel at Doha's futuristic skyline. The next, I'd escape to the vast, silent desert. The National Museum, shaped like a desert rose, tells the nation's story through architecture. For the price of a bus ticket, I reached the inland sea, where dunes meet the ocean. a rare, breathtaking sight. Watching the sunset, there was a spiritual experience. I explored the Al Takira mangroves by kayak, surrounded by herons and flamingos, a world away from the city. The contrast between green mangroves and arid desert is a symbol of Qatar's resilience. From city marvels to wild nature, Qatar constantly surprises. All this is accessible, no matter your budget. In Qatar, the man-made and the natural blend in perfect harmony. 11. Living on a shoestring in Qatar reveals a unique perspective on its wealth. I sipped cheap karak tea as luxury cars glided past, but envy faded in the face of genuine hospitality. The true treasure isn't in VIP lounges, but in the open-hearted generosity of the people. An elderly man once walked me to my bus stop, bought me water, and simply said, "You are a guest in my country." This spirit of welcome is woven into Qatari culture, rooted in Bedouin tradition and Islamic faith. Again and again, I was met with kindness, not opulence. The open door is a more powerful symbol than any gilded cage. Whether serving tea or driving a luxury car, Qataris share a deep desire to make visitors feel welcome. This warmth is Qatar's greatest wealth, and it's given freely. In Qatar, hospitality is the true luxury. As my month ended, I realized my journey was never about money. The real treasures of Qatar are kindness, connection, and the dignity of a culture that values hospitality above all. I arrived expecting wealth and left with memories of warmth and generosity. By choosing local buses, simple rooms, and market stalls, I found an experience more precious than any luxury. Qatar is welcoming, accessible, and full of beauty for those willing to look beyond the surface. I invite you, be curious, be brave, and come see for yourself. Pack respect, an open mind, and a sense of adventure. Wander the souks, ride the metro, watch the desert sunset, and let yourself be welcomed. You'll find a country that's safe, clean, and easy to explore. The world is less divided than we think. Connection is our greatest currency. The true wealth of Qatar lies in its soul. Come, discover the real Qatar, and leave with a story you'll never forget.